The essence of responsible fatherhood encompasses these four components: involvement, consistency, awareness, and nurturance. Let's discuss these.
Involvement. Research on fathers clearly demonstrates the importance of positive father involvement. And what does it mean to be a positively involved father? According to Joseph Pleck, a human development researcher at the University of Illinois, positive paternal involvement means high engagement, accessibility, and responsibility. In other words, involvement means that a father spends quality and quantity time with his children. Spending time with children sends a strong message that a father cares about them and values them to such an extent that he would rather spend time with them than with other less important matters. If allocating ample time with children sends the message that a father loves his children, what message does it convey when fathers fail to spend time with their children? There is no set formula for father involvement. However, responsible fathers diligently search for ways to be actively involved. Involvement may consist of coaching a child's baseball or softball team, helping a child with homework, feeding an infant, changing diapers, reading to a child, tucking a child in at night, taking a child to the mall, playing with a child, or simply being accessible. Children's lives afford fathers numerous opportunities for involvement. Responsible fatherhood is rooted in consistency. Erik Erikson, noted child development theorist, contends that one of the primary goals of early child development is to establish trusting relationships with primary caregivers. Trust, however, cannot be established without consistency. Responsible fathers can build a trusting relationship with their children by providing consistent encouragement, consistent discipline, consistent protection, consistent care, and consistent love. Being consistent implies that a father will be present during the good times and the bad. Awareness. Becoming aware of a child's needs will help a father to be better equipped to meet those needs at various stages of a child's life. Awareness, however, requires motivation and active involvement. Responsible fathers want what is best for their children, so they take the time to get to know them. They understand that every child is unique, possessing a different set of physical, emotional, cognitive, and social characteristics. In the context of a parent-child relationship, to nurture means to train, to educate, and to foster a child's healthy development. It is unfortunate that in the American culture, the concept of nurturing is almost invariably associated with the mother-child relationship. Fathers also play a critical role in the nurturing of their children by providing responsible and loving care that meets their emotional and social needs. Children need fathers who are committed to fulfilling their responsibilities to their children. As Charles Augustus Ballard, founder of the Institute for Responsible Fatherhood and Family Revitalization, stated, "People are saying it takes a village to raise a child, but first it takes a mother and a father who are understanding, compassionate, nurturing, and responsible, working together to instill discipline, character, integrity, and responsibility in their children." There are 6 stages to guide you along your journey to becoming a more father-friendly program. Stage 1 is something that we have already discussed. It is that ability to understand and recognize that father involvement is more than the latest trend. It is essential to healthy child development. Stage 2 is to create the environment where fathers feel welcomed and valued. Find out what men in the community want and need and create a special place for men. Stage 3, decide what it is that you would like to do. Determine the areas in which you will promote the involvement of fathers with children. Stage 4, recruit fathers. Invite them by name and in their primary language. Expect fathers to be involved. Involve everybody in the program as a recruiter. Help mothers understand the benefit of father involvement and enlist them in the work of recruiting. Involve local communities of fathers in the recruiting process. Recognize and grab first the dads most likely to become involved. Use your first involved or program pioneer fathers as recruiters for other community fathers. If a biological dad is not on the scene in a child's life, find a significant male in the family who is. Put creative thought into how to reach the hard-to-reach father. Recruit fathers from every cultural group represented by the children in the center. Stage 5, operating the program. Hire the proper staff. Make decisions about policy, programs, and procedures. Develop a network of community resources and partners. Develop engaging, fun, for men only events. Develop interesting father-child activities. Continually study other programs for creative ideas for how to involve fathers with children. Develop special recognition and family events. Develop rich and creative parenting and child development skills activities. The sixth stage is sustaining the program. Seek to expand and promote positive growth within the community. Do not be discouraged by slow growth. Determine what is working and what is not. Increase what is working and tweak or change what is not. Foster and develop leadership. Expand the father involvement vision. So now, let's assess your current program for father friendliness. A primary step toward father friendliness is understanding and appreciating fathers in the lives of children. Does every staff member who comes in contact with fathers have an understanding and appreciation for the important role that fathers play in child development? Do they see fathers as an asset to the program? This may mean that full staff training be implemented to help others learn and understand how fathers positively influence child development. Do fathers see the program as a place that readily welcomes them and offers them something valuable and significant? Fathers are more likely to be involved in the program if they are personally invited and encouraged to participate. And fathers are more likely to remain involved if they feel it is worth their own time and that of their children. Is the fatherhood coordinator a man? Do you have men on staff who are visible and accessible to fathers? Fathers may relate and respond more readily to the encouragement of another man. Are there policies, procedures, and a budget in place for a fatherhood program? Any successful program needs a vision of where it's going, a plan and procedures for getting there, and the financial and human resources to succeed. Is the physical environment inviting to fathers? Many fathers may have had a bad experience in school and may not be comfortable in an educational setting. Be sure your program offers an environment that makes men feel comfortable and does not seem designed solely for women and children. Sometimes even something as simple as the name of a child care program can be off-putting to the male gender. When a mother does not want the father involved, does your program assess the situation and, if appropriate, try to resolve the conflict, gain her support, and bring the father in a healthy, productive manner? Is the program actively promoting its father involvement work in the community, letting all fathers know that the program is a source of help in connecting them with their children? Programs often have to work creatively and diplomatically to smooth the family bumps that might keep a father from becoming involved. Fathers need to know about the program, what it has to offer, and how it can help to meet their needs. A good growing program can answer yes to most of these questions. Each affirmation contributes to a good, solid foundation for working with fathers and their children. Let's look a bit deeper at the environment and try to see through the eyes of a male figure. First impressions are important. We already mentioned the importance of having a name for the agency that is neutral or inclusive of men. But also be sure that the initial reception area is free of signs or posters that would be possibly intimidating for men, such as domestic violence posters that target men as batterers. The receptionist should be warm, friendly, and comfortable with men and fathers participating in program activities. Check the physical landscape. Have visual materials and posters that include men and fathers of varied racial and ethnic backgrounds in positive roles with non-stereotypical messages. Provide magazines and brochures that are relevant to both men and women, and have materials available in the home languages of the families. Men want to see other men as role models. Have men present in the agency, including male staff working with parents and children in roles other than just as van driver, cook, janitor, or accountant. Analyze your linguistic landscape. Be sure that verbal and nonverbal language and cues avoid stereotyped generalizations about men. There should be no joking or humorous conversation where men or fathers are the butt of the joke. And there should be no informal negative conversations about men that will be overheard. Materials, equipment, resources, and types of parenting activities should be diverse and relevant for both fathers and mothers. Provide specific brochures and publications for fathers and recognize non-custodial fathers. Referral lists or community resources should include services for fathers as well as mothers. Have evidence that fathers are involved in planning and implementing fatherhood involvement programs and other activities for the agency. Men in the agency, whether staff or fathers, should be listened to with open minds. Their ideas are to be considered thoughtfully. Differences in male-female communication styles are to be understood and respected. Men should not be expected to communicate exactly like women. Men are to be appreciated in both traditional and non-traditional roles. They should not be asked to do all of the heavy labor tasks, but they should be shown appreciation if they volunteer to do these things. Their ability to be effective and appropriate in their interactions with young children should be recognized. Mothers and fathers are to have equal respect and attention from staff. Address fathers by name in their primary language if possible. Expect fathers to be involved, welcome them warmly, recognize and respect differences in parenting styles, and avoid correcting fathers as they interact with their children. For the classroom environment, plan to make available father-friendly children's books, including nonfiction. Pictures, posters, and other visual materials should show fathers at work and at home. Materials can be made available that fathers might enjoy using with young children. Choose curriculum topics and learning experiences that appeal to men. Avoid stereotypical presentations of men in books, posters, toys, or conversations. Coming up next, consider your center's environment. What changes can you make to help fathers feel warm, welcome, and invited?